All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. We got sort of a small window today. Not much time. I know it doesn't look it, but it is a little choppy. And I really don't feel like being out here with the tide coming up. And winds probably gonna start gusting here in about 25. So I'm gonna chill with the 10-mile-an-hour winds. We got about 3 hours, and we'll see what we can do. Might be a little bumpy. Y'all hang tight.
The next time you catch an amazing fish, think about all the movements you made in order for that timing to happen. What if I woke up 2 seconds later? Or talked less to the guy at the bait stand? No matter when I'm out on the water, in the back of my mind, I'm always wondering if it's going to be that
big old head shake. There we go.
When the stars align, you'll appreciate every movement you made, starting from when you opened your eyes. In order to be a trophy hunter, you need to visualize your success well before it happens. It's early in the season, which brings two problems: cooler waters and unpredictable current. But with water temperatures nearing upper 70s, it's a perfect recipe to intercept northbound kings. So one thing that's always fascinated me about kings is the northern migration. You know, I've never been able to get a good-sized king from the northern migration. I've gotten the 50s, you know, but few far in between, never really a high concentration of them. And so what's important to know about the northern migration is, and you know, you can almost draw a line straight over to Florida, but a lot of these kings that are in and around our general kayaking zone, you know, they're migrating from the south, going up north. And a lot of them will actually hold and reside, you know, all the way up even into the Mississippi area. And basically you have about 3 different quadrants where they typically will split off back on their southern run, which some of them come back down the Texas coastline and probably find their way down to the Yucatan, while the others find their way down into South Florida and the Keys, where the water's just much warmer and more suitable for winter habitats.
Ways out. Gonna check the hatch again. Good. We are bone dry, my friends. Bone dry, so we'll continue to work forward.
Something that's caught my eye is distant bait jumping in the background, followed by birds above. But the herd seems to be thin as the birds struggle to keep up. Due to these conditions, I've decided to make one small adjustment, and that's to go with a shallow diver to see if I can draw up whatever's lurking. In less than 1 minute, we get our first dunk. Now I know that this fish feels pressure, but I don't think it knows it's actually hooked yet. I'm going to play the positioning game to allow it to get towards the front of my bow, cross over, and then when I decide to crank down on my lever drag, it'll be game on. The shallow diver has proven to pay off, but the usual northern suspects seem to be hanging around. The average Texas offshore kayak angler typically finds fish between 7 meters all the way to 14. Now that may not sound like much, but competitively speaking, the kayak angler on the Texas coast has just as much of a chance to outbeat boats in much deeper water. Of course, depending on the type of species. And I know this because I've compared my numbers to CCA winners, but most importantly, because I'm part of the only kayak fishing team to have beaten offshore boats at their own game. Now I say all that to say this. As an offshore kayak angler, there's always a chance for a big fish.
Here we go, here we go. All right.
One tell sign of a big king is consistent big head shakes. And the way that this thing is moving,
Some big old head shakes.
I'm starting to get that feeling that I'm on to something special.
There we go. Good old head shakes right there.
One issue that I'm having with this fish is that it's all over the place. And an easy solution is knowing when to throttle forward, stop, and even pedal backwards just to sort of reset your line side. And what that means is to basically always keep the fight forward. Never sideways, never backwards. But if you do get caught in those positions, it's extremely important for you to understand your drag system and what you're capable of handling in any of those unorthodox positions.
See how many runs she's got on her.
At this point in the fight, I'm beginning to realize that this thing has some dead weight. Really good sign for a big king. But despite everything that I'm feeling right now, I'm really having a hard time getting a visual of this fish.
It's got a little bit of weight on her. It's actually got some good weight on her.
I'm able to see some color, which means that this fish is close. And disengaging the PDL drive ensures that I'll have a clean opportunity at landing this fish. This fish is still a good 10 feet below me, and I thought she was ready to give up.
Oh yeah, she ain't done yet. got a little more to her.
The funny thing about kingfish is they are so different. Sometimes the sporty ones are a little bit more aggressive than the larger ones, but every now and then you'll catch a big one that's hungry, and it's a completely different animal.
Oh yeah. This one's a pretty big king. This one's got some size to her. Whew. Barely got her. If I don't get this one quick, I'm gonna lose her. Ugh.
Now I know I have a good kingfish, but it really didn't hit me till I got back to shore.
Oh, oh.
My personal best kingfish on the Texas coast is 57.5 inches. And as I get off the water and measure on my longboard, I've realized that I've hit my first 60-inch kingfish. But what's bugging me is knowing that I've lost bigger. And it's gonna drive me crazy until I can get out there again.